what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. It's Captain Ernesto with Thin Blue Line Fishing. It is May 3rd, 2024, and I am out at Busse Woods, which is located right around the Schaumburg and Elk Grove area. It's a great time of the year to go bass fishing. Usually I come at around this time, and we do pretty well on catching these largemouth bass. I'm going to be heading out on my kayak right here. We're going to be using a mixture of some plastic, top water, some depending on how it is out there. I did see that there was some patches of grass and stuff like that, so I might stay away from some of the crankbaits, but just focus on some plastic, some weedless, you know, some weedless stuff and top water. So stay tuned, and I will see you guys shortly. All right, so we are all set up here to go. Just gotta go ahead. Let me go ahead and go. Go ahead and get this all set up over here. This all set up. Move these out of the way real quick. Put my waters down. I'll just throw these babies over here. Alright. Alright. So for those of you who are not familiar with the Busse Woods area, they have a couple different parts of the lake which are divided, I believe, into 2 or 3 sections. There's a couple of spots where you could bring your kayak out and fish, or if you have a non-gas boat, you could bring it out over here and launch. For the most part, there's 2 launches you could launch from, and you know, the fishing is great over here. They have a mixture of different species out here. They have obviously the largemouth bass, they have pikes, they have muskie, you know, different other mixture, obviously carp and catfish, which obviously I don't target, but those are out here as well. So if you're looking to come out and just have a good time, it's very accessible to people fishing the shoreline, and that's how I started fishing over here. I started fishing the shoreline with my dad. We'd come out here and set up some worms and stuff like that, and just catch catfish and bass, you know, right off the shore. But it's a great, May is definitely a great time of the year, and I definitely highly recommend, you know, you giving this place a shot. So all right, I just gotta get this up. I should have probably unloosened. There we go. All right. Here we go. So yeah, so there's a very particular spot that I fish at on this lake, and it's because I'm very comfortable with it. You know, I fished it since I was 3-4 years old, so I know that area pretty well. I know it holds bass very well. So that's what we're going to be heading off to right now. So this right here, 6-inch It's purple with a fire tail. I forgot what it's called. So this particular worm right here kills it on this water for me. These bass just love this color in this water. There we go. Let me go ahead and set this up right here. All right. The water here, it does get fairly shallow, especially the area where I fish, which is about 2 to 3 feet, and then it's I do fish a lot of the shoreline, but there are definitely a lot of beds in that area where the bass just go to spawn. And you know, so on a typical May day, it's not uncommon for us to catch 15-20 largemouth bass within you know, an hour and a half, 2 hours. So see how it is. To give you an idea of what the lake looks like, so right now we're in 3 feet of water, and yeah, so let me see, go back to home. All right, here was my chart. All right, so this part right here goes off into another portion of the lake. It goes across Higgins Road. This part over here, there's it's blocked off. It divides it into 2 different lakes right over here by like a break wall and a little water flow through. Where I launch at is right over here where the boat ramp is at. There's a boat ramp and there's a boat rental spot right there. So I fish this portion of the lake. So right over here, along this edge right over here, that 3 to 4 foot water range, you know, that's where I fish. So I fish, I guess this would be like the northeast portion of the lake where I fish at, right over here. As you can see, this part of the water right now, we're kind of protected by these this tree line right over here, so the water flow is not flowing too much. It's pretty calm right over here. On this side of the lake, you can see it's a little more open, so it's got a little more current and wind and stuff blowing the water that way. All right, so it is a little windy out right now. Hopefully the area where I'm at, I'll be protected by some of those trees. You know, I'll be able to set up and just cast and catch these bass off that are up along the shoreline. Gorgeous day overall though. You know, there's definitely, I see a lot of people on the water right now. Let me see, what time is it? It's already 5:40 in the evening, so I only got maybe about another 2 hours of sunlight. But I'm looking around the lake right now, and I see, you know, there's a boat, a small little boat off to my right. There's a boat off to my left. A guy just casting. He's literally up on the shoreline, just casting. So beautiful day overall. All right, so this right here is where it starts to open up. If I continue straight, which is north, that bridge right there is Higgins Road. It goes into another portion of the lake. Over here, that's off to my west. You could go a little further down, and then it goes into a break wall, and you can't go any further. And then off to my right over here, which is east, this is the part of the lake that I fish mainly for bass. It's a little further down this way. it did get real shallow right here. You got 1.5 right over here, so you got to be real cautious, especially with those kayaks, because you can get your props cracked over here. So as far as my kayak goes, you know, I don't use the I mean, obviously I have the pedals and stuff like that, the foot controls. I'm using Minn Kota motor, which comes with the kayak. You can see I got it full throttle right now, which is just shy of 4 miles an hour, which is pretty decent. You know, I got a decent speed going. You know, it's gonna get me where I need to go pretty quickly. And I said I have the wind blowing towards me as well, so if this wind was pushing behind me, I'm sure I'd be over 4. Bummer that the wind, we're not going to have the protection of the tree line. We're right in the open where the wind is blowing, so that wind is going to be blowing towards us as we're fishing. So I'm just going to slow us down a little bit and go ahead and start casting away. Oh, I'm in one, just shy of 2 feet. There are some weeds. Definitely feel the weeds inside here, which is kind of surprising that the weeds are growing this early in the season right here. Normally it's not until about mid-May where I start seeing the weeds, but we did have a very mild winter this year, so that's definitely playing a factor as to why these weeds are growing earlier than normal. Something was right here. You can see the dirt marks right over there in that area. So we scared something right over here. Probably some carp. So we're coming up to the area where I really like to fish. So as you can see, it starts to curve in right over here. I usually start setting up right over here when I'm walking in the water, when using my waders. And then I like to hit this right over here. There's going to be some logs in the water, which the fish love to congregate against there. And then right over here in this opening. So this is probably one of the better spots where I like to fish. So we'll see what's taking over here. Change it up a little bit. There are a lot of weeds. You can see all these weeds right here. So change it up a little bit. See There's a ton of weeds out here right now. Way more than normal for this time of the year. I gotta pick my motor up just a tad bit because it's in all these weeds, so it's gotta break through it. Alright, so I'm gonna change it up a little bit. I tried fishing a little further away from shore, but there's just way too much weeds for my kayak to go through. So I'm gonna come a little closer to shore. It's there's a little less weeds, and just fish the bank and you know, close to the weed lines as possible. So the water temperature, as you can see right now, it's 74 degrees right here. It's pretty warm already. There we go, got one. There we go. There we go. Come here, boy. All right. It's not a monster, but we got our first one on the boat. Closer into shore. Went ahead and he hit it. Go down, baby boy. Whoop, whoop. And off he goes. Let me grab him out of the slippery little guy. Yeah, right. Come here, baby. All right. Not a monster, but there it is right there. Cute little fella. There it is. All right, skunk's off the boat. First fish. Let's catch another one. All right, felt good. Catch the first largemouth bass of the season. Let's see if we can catch another one. And so basically, that one hit as it was dropping. As soon as it dropped, I felt the hit and got a nice little hookup on it. There we go. Fish on. Fish on, baby. Yeah, it's a nicer one. It's a bigger one. All right. There she is. Beautiful fish. this baby. All right. Put this one back in the water. There she goes. So my GoPros are dying right now. I've been out here for about a good hour and like 10 minutes. We got 2 so far. Missed one on a bite, but I'm probably gonna have to be heading in because once that sun goes down, it's dark out here, and they will give a ticket to the car. So all right, everybody, well, I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching this video. I'm gonna be calling it for today. We got a couple in the kayak. First trip of the season for bass. Like I said, there are a lot of weeds right now. Normally there's not this much weed this time of the year, but still a great day. You know, it's always good to be out here and just being out in the open and enjoying this beautiful day. As you can see, the sun is completely out, the wind died down. It's just an absolute gorgeous day. So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one.